It's Kendra here. Today I'm going to take you through transforming a woman's shirt into a preschooler's dress. I have this top right here. It's an Old Navy size small. So it's gathered at the top and it does slide on that string. And then it has this elastic at the back. You can see it's Old Navy size small. And it goes on, it would be like, yeah, a halter top. Definitely way too small for me. But really not useful to anyone right now. So we're going to start by taking our shirt and put it inside out. Then we're going to try it on.
Inside out? Okay.
Put your arms in.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see on this one there's a tie and these kind of scrunch. So I'm going to scrunch it together all the way. And just for right now, I'm going to just tie it in the back. I don't want to leave this halter style, but this is just for now to see how it will fit. Now I'll hold it on the sides and you can see this is the women's small and she's like a size 4. So I'm going to try to keep the tag, turn around, in the middle of her back so that it stays somewhat centered, and I'll just pull on the sides to see how much excess we're going to have to remove. Okay, turn around. I want to see the back now. Okay, so again, holding it in the back, and I'm just going to pinch and see. So right here I've got about 1 inch on this side I want to remove. So I'm going to carefully pin it. And you can see here that I'm using the point on the side seam. Your shirt may have a side seam, or this one is where the elastic meets the front. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Holding on, trying to keep it centered so it's equal on each side. Okay, stand still. Don't want to poke you. So my first seam is going to be to sew this all the way down the sides. And I don't want to get it too tight so that it'll be like really form-fitting, but I want to start, okay, stand here, start at the point I pinned, and then I'm just going to angle it out so that it will look more like a wide dress. And that's basically kind of like putting a dart in so that it is more snug on the side here. So that's my first step. So I'm set up here with my sewing machine. Let's see. So this is the part that I pinned, and I'm going to be going ahead and doing a little triangle. Now this may depend on your fabric. For this one, I do want it to be wide at the bottom so it looks kind of like a flowy dress. So I'm just going to kind of make an imaginary angle from where my point is, just so that it's a gentle slope. And really the best way to do this is to pick your point maybe around here and then mark it the same on both sides so that you have the same. And you really do want to make it like a gentle triangle so that it's not all of a sudden a big point. So I will go ahead with my pins. Again, it's where it is doesn't matter so much as making sure it's consistent on both sides. And then I'm just going to go ahead. In this case, I am going to start on my lower pin and bring it up to the top pin. I'll repeat that on this side as well. It's gonna be a little hard to see my seam on here, but I did sew it, and I'm going to use my scissors to trim that off just so that there's no bulk on the side. At this point, you also have the option to serge this edge and to tack it down, especially if you've got a kid who's sensitive to seams. That can really reduce the itchiness on the side. For now, I'm going to leave mine, and if it becomes a problem, I'll fix it. Next up, I'm going to scrunch this all together just because it is going to be for a child. I want to make sure it's narrow, and at the same time, I kind of want maximum coverage. So I know that, and I might end up tacking it down, but just for right now, I'm just scrunching it smaller. Next up, I'm going to take a little loop of this elastic. You can also use a piece of ribbon for the same technique, and I don't need very much. I'm going to cut maybe like 1.5 inches. I'm now going to take that ribbon and tack it down in the center to make a little loop. Now you can see this tag is kind of sticking up, and it potentially could have used that. However, by securing this in here, I'm going to have a loop I can feed these little strings through. So you can pin it if you want. In this case, I think I am just going to tack it down, put a little seam up and down on each edge, and yeah, I'm just gonna freehand it, but you could always pin it if you're nervous as well. I'll also be using a zigzag stitch for this section. Alright, you can see I've got this little loop. Now the purpose of having the elastic is that so when we go to put it on, we're not losing any of the movement because it stretches together. So what I'm going to do is have her try it on and I'll show you how to use this loop. Hang on.
Hi. I like this.
Okay, so we're getting her to try it on, keeping this up. Again, wanting to go for coverage, but still keeping it like a little sundress. So if you want to turn around, you can see I took it in on the sides, but her back's pretty exposed. So I'm going to go ahead and feed these through the loop that we made. Turn around. I'm gonna zoom in for a minute. Okay, hang on. I'm just doing the straps. I'm gonna pull it through. Okay, I need you to face the, yeah. No, I'm just trying to show it. Mommy. So one option is to try to tie it on here, tie on the front. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and just loop it around and pull it through. So then she still gets the fun bead detail on the back. They'll kind of be hanging, which I think will be a lot of fun. Oh, and I'm gonna do the same on this side. I'm making a loop, pulling it through, getting the bead through, and just tying it tight. All right, so here's the back. The loop is there, but it's a little hard to see. She still has the strings kind of hanging down here, but it's not like a big bow. Turn around. Okay.
My spout.
And there we go. Alright, so that's really all there is to it. I think that took 10 or 15 minutes, including making the video. So really, putting in a few minutes of sewing time can really transform an item from useless to being usable for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe or like this video so others can see it as well. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!